Hey everybody, this is Trevor, and you're watching my channel, Social Dilemma. And going across the economic situation that's going around the world, and particular here, more America, but some of these branch chains, some of these stores are branch chains in other countries and whatnot. So I just took a look at a list of retailers that are probably going to be bankrupt after this Christmas. So Christmas 2022. It looks like there's 15 retailers that I've come across that it just doesn't look good for them financially. It doesn't look like they're going to be in business. So I'm going to list the 15, and then I'll break them down into little groups. So the first one I got is Bed Bath and Beyond, Tuesday Morning, The Real Real, Wayfair, Digital Brands, Rite Aid, Victoria's Secrets, 99 cents only, Best Buy, Toys R Us, The Children's Place, Capri, Tailored Brands, Chuck E. Cheese, and Brooks Brothers. So these are a list of 15 companies that are most likely going to be bankrupt and out of business after this Christmas. So I'm trying to find, what's the common thread between a lot of these companies here. And you have companies like Bed Bath and Beyond and Wayfair. They sell things that are used around the house that I have always found to be useless, even in good times. Okay, like we are in an inflationary time right now, stagnation, recession, shrinkflation. It's all happening around us. So, but even in good times, I'm like, I've never known why people would want to shop at Bed Bath and Beyond or Wayfair. I think it's just to decorate your home and make it look all fancy and frilly, and it's just a waste of money, okay? It's not something that you should be, as far as I'm concerned, even in good times, okay? It's nice to have a few nice objects in your house, but that's all they are. They don't, to me, if you're going to spend your money, spend it on something like, oh, I don't know, gold and silver, having extra food and whatnot in your house. Those things are also, it's nice to look at some gold and silver bars, right? It's also nice to have food in your house during these economic down times right now, recession and whatnot, inflation. So there are some stores like that are going to go away because people they don't have that extra disposable income anymore to go to Bed Bath and Beyond and shop at Wayfair. And a lot of the other connections between these other places too, you've got like luxury clothing, was it Digital Brands' luxury consignment clothing. So you've got, the Children's Place, Capri, Tailored Brands, Brooks Brothers. A lot of these they're all clothing stores. They're luxury clothing stores. And again, in these kind of economic times, people are just going to buy your kids' clothes at Walmart. That's what I do right now. I would love to go to these smaller stores, or maybe some of these stores. Maybe the clothing could be more quality oriented, but it's luxury clothing, and I think there's a real change in the market for people going, do I need the $2,000 suit? Do I need those $1,500 boots? The fancy this and the fancy that. It's all luxury. So when you look at companies like this, The Real Real, Tuesday Morning, I haven't even heard of some of these companies either, but Victoria's Secrets, that's, I guess it's probably going to go bankrupt as well by Christmas time. Again, it's luxury items. Definitely, as a man out there, I do like, it's nice to see women in those, but again, it's a luxury item, and it's just whatever, fancy to look at for a few minutes. It's what's inside the Victoria's Secret that what really counts most. So that being said, again, Victoria's Secret, it's a luxury clothing item, And luxury items are not going to be, they just can't sell right now. People are focusing on trying to pay the monthly bills. Uh, Toys R Us, that's something that's, and Best Buy, you got your Best Buy, that's kind of like the Toys R Us for adults. But the last few times I went into a Toys R Us to get something for my daughter and a Best Buy for myself, employees were not very nice. It just wasn't a good environment. Toys R Us was dirty. Now, of course, that's anecdotal because it's only a few stores, but I don't know. Just the Toys R Us I went into was dirty, and again, people are downsizing. They're saying to your kids, "Hey, we'll go up to Walmart and we got to pick up everything there," because people are also driving with gas prices the way they are. You don't want to be driving to all these different stores, 15 different stores, when you can get all of that either online, like an Amazon or a Walmart. And again, I'm kind of say that with a bit of depression because I'm not one of those, I'm not a buy local snob person. Okay, I think that is if you completely do that. Like I would buy local from somebody, like the local small business. The small business, that's what it is. From someone, I don't care if you're in Germany, China, India, wherever. I just want to, I'll buy from the local small business from my place too, but I would like to remove a certain entity from the economy. So I'll come to that more so in the end, but yeah, I find these, people don't want to drive to 15 different stores now. They're just going to order online from Amazon and Walmart to get all this stuff. And, what else is going out? Chuck E. Cheese. I was shocked to hear this is still something that's in business, and apparently it's going to be out of business. Well, when you look at the Chuck E. Cheeses, from what I looked online here, it looks like it's still set in 1985. Like, kids don't want that. Kids don't want that. And you know what? Again, we're in a time where I'm really thankful right now. Like my daughter, she's 9, and we've been through her birthday this summer, and she's really grateful. I'm trying to instill in her too that look, we made a cake. Okay, we didn't go and spend the $30 at the grocery store for some fancy looking cake, and our cake was just as fancy looking, and it tasted good. We made it from a lot of the ingredients from scratch. Obviously, I had a few things that were pre-made, the icing and whatnot, but we baked it ourselves, and it was just a nice experience. So things like Chuck E. Cheese, parents right now, they don't have the extra money to go there, and I just, honest to goodness, Chuck E. Cheese is one of those businesses that I'm still shocked that it was still in business. So it'll be gone. Kids don't want to go there, man. It looked, unless they've completely upscaled it, it just looked like something from the 1980s. That's no good. There's one. I want to talk about this other company, which I'm surprised is going out of business. But again, I'm not in the United States. But it's the company Rite Aid. A pharmacy. How in the heck is Rite Aid going out of business? Now, if you're in the States and you visited a Rite Aid, I've been to them a few times, but not enough to complete. I have no idea how a pharmaceutical business is going out of business. Okay, I just thought that in the last couple years, with the cerveza sickness that's going around, pharmaceutical businesses industry has been making money hand over fist. So how in the heck Rite Aid is going out of business? That's, to me, got to be complete mismanagement from the top, and I don't know what in the heck, how a pharmaceutical business. So if you can answer that question for me, that'd be great. So Rite Aid, I have no idea. Another one that kind of shocked me here was the 99-cent only. And, it's a dollar store. Because people are, they're trying to get the best bang for their buck right now. So sometimes you think, I would think at least, stores that like the dollar store, Dollar General, whatever, those kind of stores, this one isn't even dollars, 99 cents only, and it's looking like it's going out of business. So, I don't know, again, mismanagement perhaps on that one, but that's going out of business. So again, the list of these companies, most of them on here, I mean, for me, it's are these things that we use every day? Are these things that we can live without? Yeah, I guess most of them on here, except for a company like Rite Aid and the 99-cent only store. I can't figure those two out, but every business on this list, except for the two there, it's all luxury. It's all items that you don't need, even in good times. I don't know. And especially now, the changing economy, especially like a luxury clothing. Okay, people aren't going back to work. People don't need to go into the office anymore, or maybe only just a couple days a week. Most people can work from home, so you don't need, you can do your Zoom meetings, and you maybe just put on a little fancy shirt or something, but you don't need to have all these fancy clothes anymore. So that's I can that's a luxury item, and people don't want that anymore. People don't want to go into the office anymore. Let's face it, remote working is what people want to do now. Nobody wants to go into the office, but I don't know why this seems. So that's a dying thing, going back to the office. So yeah, I can see that killing the luxury clothing item too. But obviously, people are pulling in their reins and making sure the monthly bills are paid. So any fancy clothes items, they're just not selling anymore. So why are some of these companies, I've tried to explain why they're going out of business, but another reason why companies are going out of business is the government's 2 weeks to flatten the curve. And what it did was it certainly did flatten the curve, the economic curve. The government's 2 weeks to shut down everything. I mean, it's absolutely a war on small, medium businesses, which drove people. And I do it too. I've talked about Walmart and Amazon. It drove people to those kind of places. Where I live, in Canada, I never wore a mask when I went out, and Walmart was pretty much the only place I could get into. Some major grocery stores as well, but some of them weren't letting you in. And so they drove out. So it's like funny how places like Walmart could be open, but it may be a smaller independent grocery store. Well, they had to close down, or the laws were very restrictive against the small and medium businesses. So yeah, in that too. So this is where I come to a point that I was getting into later: the separation of an entity in the economy. That entity is government. The entity known as government should be separated from the economy. Okay, they wanted to flatten the curve for 2 weeks. What they should have done was turn off the printing presses for 2 weeks as well, because I mean, look at what we're in right now, people. I mean, here's 15 companies, and I can find 45 more companies on this list. And thousands of small businesses just completely wiped out in the past 2.5 years. So my conclusion is some of these businesses, and I don't like when I hear a business going out of business. It kind of makes me sad. But in another sense, I go, look, businesses come and go. It's like the phoenix. They rise, they have their pinnacles, and then they fall and they burn into the ashes, and they'll rise again. Something else will come out of that, and that's good to know. It's inspiring. Of course, yes, it's sad when a business goes out, but it should be very organic and natural. When a business goes under, it shouldn't be because of the government's involvement in the economy. Okay, government trying to create order, and you can't control it. The economy has to be organic. It has to, people. That's what it is. It's people just dictating what they would like to buy. They vote with their dollars and see what people want out there. That's organic. Okay, not government, not a handful of people saying this is what the prices are going to be. This is what the wages are going to be. Blah, blah, blah. They keep going on and on. and the people in charge of printing the money, another problem we've had, in the last several years. I mean, the printing machine just went brrrr, and printing out money like the supply and demand. It's far too much supply out there. It'd be like dumping a moon-sized piece of gold on the earth right now. Well, I mean, you don't want to dump a moon. I mean, if you all of a sudden had a moon-sized worth of gold, I mean, gold. It's supply and demand. Okay, you can't. That's why there's a finite source of gold and silver on this planet. I mean, they're constantly going out and trying to find it. But money, I mean, they just printing machine goes off, and that has also fueled why these companies are going out of business. So, yeah, the 2 weeks to flatten the curve. Yeah, they should have turned off the printing machines for 2 weeks as well, too. Because all the government did was creating a flatten the economy. That's all they've done. And I've been talking about this since June 2020. That the economy is going to tank. And here we are. You know, list of some big companies that are going to be bankrupt by this Christmas or after Christmas. You know, if they don't get their Christmas retail sales that they need, they're going to be done. They're going to be done come 2023. You know, this is just a list of 15 companies, and I guarantee there's thousands of small businesses that have closed their doors in the past 2.5 years. What a shame. But again, you know, a lot of luxury item stores, they only do good in times are really good as well too. And if now I have heard of people that do that have been smart with their fiat currency and whatnot and their investments, and some of those people will go out and buy the luxury items to store and stock up for when times get better again. Most people don't do that, so I don't know. But yeah, a lot of these are luxury clothing companies just going the way of the dodo bird. So, but I feel like a lot of it has been forced. Okay, and you know, we can also go back. You can keep going back to all these recessions, like 2008, all the bailouts and whatnot. What we did was just kick the can of the recession, you know, down to where we're at now. And now they're going to try to kick the can again by what? Printing money. It's just a mess. It's just a mess. So I want to keep it at that, though. Just look out. It's really getting tough here, and yeah, there's 15 retailers that are at risk of bankruptcy for this coming Christmas or pretty much after that. So there's where we're at, people. I hope you're doing as well as you can. Okay, stay free. Talk to you later.